Alright, only 2 more questions left on the practice test. So this is question number 23 on the back. And it says, if the mean on a standardized test with a normal distribution, so normal distribution, normal curve. Okay. If the mean on the standardized test is 54.3, so right in the middle, the average, 54.3. And the standard deviation is 4.6. What is the best approximation of the percentage of scores that fall between, so another one of these, 54.3, which is the average right here, so, oh look, I found it already, between 54.3 and 63.5. Alright, so I already know where this one is, so I solved that problem. Now I have to look to see where 63.5 lies. So we're going to go in the positive direction because it's bigger than 54.3. So this is positive 1, positive 2, and positive 3. To figure out one standard deviation away from the mean, I take the mean, 54.3. Whoops, not 500, 54.3 plus 4.6. Hit enter, and that is a score of 58.9. That's not quite 63 yet, so I'm going to add on another 4.6. There we go. I found our 63.5. So that lies at positive 2 standard deviations away from the mean. So the question wanted to know, what is the best approximation of the percent of scores? So whenever it says percent, I'm adding up the percentages underneath the curve. So in between the average or the mean and positive 2. So between 0 and 2 is what I'm going to add up on my normal curve. So between 0 and positive 2, I'm going to add all that stuff up. So starting right here at 0, I'm going to add 19.1 plus 15 plus 9.2 plus 4.4. Enter. All of that adds up to be 47.7%. For number 23, that would be choice B, which is 47.5, but it says, you know, the best approximation. So that would be the closest. Okay? And finally, the last question that you have for this homework assignment is number 24. On a standardized test with normal distribution of the scores, draw a normal curve. The mean score is 82. Standard deviation is 6. Which interval contains 95% of the scores? Now, just like all the way up at the top on number 19, just like then they were asking 68% of the scores, well, hopefully by now you know that 68% of the scores fall within one standard deviation of the mean. So between a -1 and a +1, all of this adds up to about 68.2%. Okay? And then the other number that you needed to memorize was between or within 2 standard deviations of the mean. So between -2 and +2, all of those scores add up to be about 95% of all of the stuff that's underneath the curve. So this question is saying which interval contains 95% of the scores. It just wants to know what the score is right here at -2 and what the score is right here at +2. So all you're going to do is use your standard deviation. You're going to start at 82 and you're going to go backwards and subtract 6, and then you're going to subtract 6 again. So you might as well just subtract 12 from the beginning. 82 minus 12 lands me at a 70. And then going in the other direction, 82 plus 6, 80, and then that plus another 6. So 82 plus 12 lands you at a 94. So what interval contains 95% of the scores? That would be choice C, and that's between 70 and 94. Okay? So hopefully, John, this stuff helped you understand statistics just a little bit better. You can now go ahead and take that test. Hopefully you do very well on it. And I'm going to sit here right now and make your last chapter 16 probability notes for you. Okay, so good luck with that test.